So we're just heading up to Louis Armstrong Park briefly. This is another Elvis connection in there.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
Clever.
that's in bed.
Is that an Indian?
I don't know.
Like the Mardi Gras Indians
Could be.
when we watched training. Yeah, I think it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So the Elvis connection here is this is the New Orleans Municipal Auditorium. Elvis played here the first time on May the 1st, 1955. It was one of the first tours that Colonel Tom Parker arranged. After the meeting in February in Memphis, Elvis done one brief tour of about 4 or 5 days in February, but this was the Grand Ole Opry tour with Hank Snow headlining and Farron Young. And when Elvis played here the first time, New Orleans first time, up in the Jesuit High School, apparently there were only around 76 people turned up, but by the time he got here, of course he wasn't the headline act, it was Hank Snow. But after this performance, Hank Snow followed Elvis as the headlining act, but the crowd apparently wouldn't let them know they wanted Elvis back. And when the announcer said that Elvis was out of the back parking lot signing autographs, half the crowd got up and left Hank Snow singing to half an auditorium. By all accounts, he said to Farron Young, "I'm not going to follow that son of a bitch again." And apparently Farron Young said, "It's okay, you didn't follow him this time." So, and on the next night, Elvis was shifted to close the first half of the show rather than precede Hank Snow. The second time was August 1956, after Elvis had done a tour of Florida. This was the final date here. That's when he stayed in the Roosevelt Hotel the first time. But of course Elvis was the one and only star by that time when he played here, and that was the last time he played New Orleans. And after he finished this gig, after a couple of days off, he was off to Hollywood to start filming Love Me Tender. So it was in there. The centrepiece of the park is, of course, Louis Armstrong. There's another very tenuous link. Mahalia Jackson was a big influence on Elvis. Yes, this is the park. Louis Armstrong statue, Mahalia Jackson Theatre, the old New Orleans Municipal Auditorium with trees. This is of interest to me. J&M Recording Studios here, Cosimo, Mattassa. Many songs recorded here. You see Fats Domino, The Fat Man, Poor Me, Rosemary, Little Richard, I believe it's Tutti Frutti recorded here. Smiley Lewis, Lloyd Price, that would have been Roddy Miss Claudie, Shirley and Lee. Studio entrance was on the back of the building here, so the studio would have been in this, well, I assume in this little extension area here, and that would have been the studio entrance at the back. Many of the hits recorded there before he moved in '56. I wouldn't be too familiar with this stuff, what he recorded after '56. Another cornerstone fence. I wonder if his wife was from Iowa as well. That's over on this corner of Bourbon and St. Philip. This is Lafitte's Blacksmith shop, which is supposedly the oldest tavern in the US. Yeah, it certainly is an old building. corner where Shark and the gang first accosted Danny Fisher as he left school for punching his brother out. And his brother was leaning against, hiding at the side of the pillar here. The school itself is actually opposite this corner. Then that's the school where Danny Fisher and Ronnie, the gangster's mole, gives him a lift to school, and he kisses her, gets out, and that's where he hits the brother for heckling him. Yeah, in that scene of the school, Danny Fisher gets out of the cab here, kisses Ronnie, goes through the gate and smacks the guy in the mouth whose hecklers making fun of him. It turns out to be Shark's brother. From here we just got to the house where Danny Fisher lived in King Creole, in the opening scene and Kitty Wells is singing the song Crawfish, and Elvis, or Danny Fisher, joins in the singing from his balcony. That was just up here on Royal Street. It was actually from that balcony there. Just, where's my finger going? There, in the corner. And that was the Fisher's apartment. It was there. And that's where Elvis was on the balcony singing Crawfish as Kitty Wells came down Royal Street. So the Fisher's apartment up there. When he came down, there's another shot in the film where he's coming out of the courtyard. And there it is there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just go in and have a look around the French market. Another staple of New Orleans. That's the house just for the Civil War angle. That's where General Beauregard lived for a while. He was the guy who ordered the first shot of the Civil War for the Confederates on Fort Sumter. And ironically, the general in charge of Fort Sumter was Beauregard's instructor at West Point. A little background to that, and the old US Mint was built in 1835. It's the only building to produce both US and Confederate currency. Yeah, and it was housing for Union troops during the war, and I presumed it lived in 1879 until 1909. I know that. It does look like Bob's. It is Bob's. Yeah. Let's try Dat Dog. Well, look at the menu, see if you fancy it. Yeah, well, is it? I think there's nothing not to like in there.
We're in Dat Dog for supper tonight. I'm having a classic burger dog. Oh, look at Chewy, look at what I did to him.
The Dat Burger.
Dat Burger.
Dat Burger, it's a burger that's rolled into hot dog. Who'd have thought?
Win it.
Who'd have thought? I got the Chicago burger. Chicago dog. Not burger. Chili cheese fries.
That is that.
So, what was Dat Dog like?
Good. Very good. Enjoyed. Yeah. Nice guy as well. Nice stuff.